So that happened. Let's go to the intro. Since I didn't do an intro, I may as well do it now. So welcome, bit of an impromptu go to Bradford TeamSport. A couple of guys who would normally go to Warrington ready for the BIKC final decided that they wanted some track time, and this is only about 2 hours away, except for a bit of traffic, but at least we got here. Even though this is an intro, it's actually after the race, but we'll see exactly how we get on. Right, so I did forget what event this actually was, but there is 2 races, one 15-minute one and then a 30-minute or 45-minute one. Wasn't quite sure, but we'll find out as we edit this video. But don't worry, I'll not let you sit through all of that. Something special at Bradford as well is one of my good friends who I've not seen in 9 years is also started karting and comes here. So he is pretty fresh, he's only been doing it for a couple of months, but great to see him. Now we will see a little bit of him in this video, especially this first race, and all I'm going to say now is I am sorry. I have only been here once before, which would have been the Tyne VT's race. Now if you haven't seen that video, I will leave a link somewhere up here. Now in this race, it was random grids for this one, and wherever you finish will be where you start for the next race. As you can see, I'm starting pretty far back, so we've got a lot of field to go through, and also my friend Chris, who has just started karting, is also starting first or second. You may also see some familiar faces such as Freddie, Anthony and Morgan in this one, but if you're in this video as well, since I don't go to Bradford very often, make sure you tag yourself. So I'll quickly jump to the start of the race. My main objective here is to catch up to Freddie and try and push him through the entirety of the field, but we'll see if that actually goes to plan. So we have 5 red lights, and as it goes green we can see Freddie cheating by getting a rolling start. So we get a good start, we try to go around the outside of the person on our right to just make it stick, but we are a little bit lighter than the carts around us, so we actually don't lose that position. We actually make the position on the person on our left going all the way around the outside, and again I am eager to get further forward, so we'll give Freddie a nice little push, not out the way, just to get through the corner, and we maybe try to go around the outside, but we are okay. We've made a couple of positions, so we haven't died yet. So Freddie's directly in front of us. We can see Morgan a little bit ahead as well, getting an overtake, and if I just look a little bit further ahead is my friend Chris. So again we push Freddie through this car in front, try to also follow him through. Doesn't quite stick. The person on the left has a mega run out that corner. Again we'll just push Freddie into him. Sorry person with the bright orange fluorescent yellow helmet, but we try to get past you as fast as we can as well. So now we can see Freddie is one ahead. We do manage to make that dive bomb into T1. We do make a little bit of contact, but then we give Freddie a little bump up the ramp, because again we are a little bit lighter than him, so I can get that bit more speed. Now we can see my friend Chris is right here, and this is where it gets a little bit dicey. Now Chris said no matter what he is not going to let me overtake if I am there. Now being honest, I was very fast this night. This is only my second time here, but we were doing some very good lap times. So we want to make sure that Freddie can make as clean pass as possibly can. Again, he goes for the very tight. I try and push him through into that corner, and now we can see that Chris has seen us, so he might be a little bit on the defensive. We give him a little bit of a push going into that corner. Quick say sorry. Now the person on our right for some reason goes in the pits, don't know why. Now I'm thinking I'm going for this overtake. Now I decide to back out. The cart behind us didn't think I was backing out and ended up pushing me directly into Chris. So let's just say I haven't seen him in many years, and I just wanted to give him a big hug in a cart, and that's exactly what happens. Now there is a red flag, which I'm pretty sure it's because the person went to the pits. I'm saying sorry to everybody around us, and I'm justifying myself saying I was pushed into you, but I probably could have been not there as well on the inside and maybe try to go around us outside, but then I would have been overtaken. So what's your thoughts? Should I really have tried to take him out? So it started again under yellow lights, and it's about to go green. Now I am feeling a little bit guilty that I maybe took him out, but we will see exactly what we'll do. So I decided to stick behind him a little bit. Granted, he is looking exactly where I'm at, looking over every shoulder to not let me past. So I could have probably made a dive bomb, especially going into this corner, but we decided better of it. We don't want to do it again, because it depends if we'll be friends after that. So again, making our way around the last couple of corners. We are directly behind Chris still. We've lost so many positions. Freddie's gone in the distance, so in theory we should have been a few positions up. Now Chris just overshoots that corner, looking exactly where I'm at. I'm able to get the switch back going up the ramp. I am a little bit lighter than Chris as well, so at least the ramps do help me, but then that is a position done. I was actually worried that he might try to take us out going to that corner, but he didn't, so now we move further. We are playing catch up in this race, so I'll just skip to the couple of overtakes which we managed to get done. We get him just getting a better exit out of that corner, so we're on the inside for this one. And then as we skip a little bit further ahead to the next guy we overtake, he actually just overshoots himself going into T1, and again we're able to get the switchback going up the ramp. And last but not least, we get Anthony, who we can tell a difference between him and my friend Chris because they have the same suit, because he has Devril written on the back of his. Quick wave as I go past, and that is the end of that. So we didn't do too good, we did make some positions up, so at least we're not too far back of the field. Now as we jump into the official race, since this was a 30-minute one, or 45, again, wasn't quite sure, we actually have to make a pit stop. Now I was worried if I was too far back or in the field that I'd be fighting. Now I quickly asked on the grid if I'm able to do a pit stop on the first lap, which he said yes. So that's exactly what I do. Now Freddie actually thought that I didn't do a pit stop at all, but trick on him. We are ready for the lights to go green. Now again, we're about mid-pack, so we just want to make sure that we don't lose too many positions here, and especially we're hoping that nobody in front of us actually goes in the pits as well. Now we don't lose any positions at the start. Someone nearly kills himself going into T1. Now there's someone outside, which we've managed to make that as a position. Again, somebody else was just in the wrong place, and we're able to make that stick. Give him plenty of space on the outside. We certainly don't want to put him into the barriers, and there is a couple of spaces made. You can see Freddie is 2 cars in front, which at least he hasn't got away either, because everybody wants to beat the people that they come with. So we go up the ramp, we have a quick check behind us, see exactly how close anyone is to see if they're going to make a dive bomb going into this teardrop here. Now we're actually doing okay. Again, we are looking ahead to see if anyone is going in the pits. Now no one that I could see is driving straight in. Straight away I dip and dive, go into there, so at least we're not battling into a pack. I didn't know how slow to go into here. Apparently I was extremely slow, but never mind, our pit stop is done. Dead stop, and then away we go, and we come out in clean air, so now we need to get our head down. Now we did get about 5 laps of clean air. We've now just caught up to Chris, who actually dived straight into the pits thereafter as well, so thank you very much for giving us that little bit of a clean air or an easy overtake. And now we can see we're actually catching up the rest of the field. Now no one else actually pitted at this point, so at least we know these are all positions on the actual track, so wherever we overtake now, at least we know we are that extra position when they come out. Quick skip here. Now we can see Morgan just came out the pits. I decided to give him a big boost to actually just help him through the grid because I thought he's ahead of us. Now for some reason he just decided to let me through. At the end it turned out that Morgan and Freddie thought I didn't do a pit stop, so he always thought that don't worry, it was an easy overtake, but both I was pretty rapid in this one. As I said, I managed to get my fastest lap, which at the end I will say exactly what that is. But at least we now are on a gaggle of carts in front. Now we need to make sure that we overtake these as fast as we can. So I'm looking ahead, seeing if they're going to plan a move against the carts in front. Now we do not stay behind this cart in front of us for too long. We just need to get that straight away. So straight into teardrop. Quick say thank you, just because I do lean against the cart, especially at Bradford. There doesn't seem to be much room or space to make them overtakes. Now can we get these next couple of carts in these next couple of corners? These are actually pretty fast guys, so the faster somebody is, especially if they're on the same pace as you, it is a little bit harder to overtake. Little skip to the end of that lap, and there seems to be a bit of a trend there of where my favourite overtake space is. So going into teardrop again, the person actually didn't give it too much room, but as soon as I saw my bumper they moved out the way, so there is another one done. Let's see exactly where we get green suit, which if you're making a guess that's going to be teardrop, you could be wrong. Now going into T1 we do manage to get the most best exit. I don't know how, especially with the slide that go around T1 there. We get right onto his bumper here, come out the actual slipstream, show our bumper, and there is another space done. Now we've got some nice clean air in front of us, so again head down, let's see if we can catch the next guys in front. We actually had 15 minutes of clean air. Now this person did go into the pits and actually came up behind us, so in theory for strategy it worked out really good because we definitely jumped a lot of the field for pitting on that first lap. This person, I saw him coming up, he was pretty fast. We can see another person come out the pits with a nice painted helmet, which normally means someone's pretty fast. I've been doing karting in a while, or that's how I generally tend to guesstimate their speed. So at least we know these guys are pretty fast, so we either want to stick with them or indeed, if we are faster, go for that overtake, and especially learn from them as well. These seem to be locals for Bradford, and since I haven't been here too many times, there's definitely going to be some places that I do something wrong. Quick skip 8 minutes ahead, and we can see we are still nose and tail battling away between 3 of us until we see Chris that we're going to need to overtake as fast as we can, and hopefully not take him out in the process as well. And do I know I need to overtake him as fast as I can. Now, he was a little bit swamped there, not sure what to do. His Karting's inside, Karting's outside, so he actually doesn't make it too hard for us, so thank you very much for that one. I do have a little bit of work to get in front of these guys again. The person in the black suit and the plain helmet is actually a little bit faster than the pair of us, but for some reason, after a little bit while of being by himself, he slowed down, which normally happens. You become a little bit complacent, but at least I know he is fast. He's probably going to try and go for that overtake for the guy with the painted helmet, so we just need to make sure that we capitalize on it. At this point, I'm not sure exactly how long is left of the race. I think there's still around about 20-15 minutes left, so there's still plenty of time. I actually don't know where I am at this point, but at least I know I'm at the pointy end of the field. Now, these were some of my fastest laps, so what I thought is I'll just let you enjoy them. We can see we're still in the same gaggle of karts. Now, I managed to get down to a 45.5, which put us around about in the top 4 times of the night. So hopefully, having a watch of this, if you do go there, whether or not I'm doing something right that you aren't, or indeed leave a comment down below if I'm doing something wrong to get them extra tenths. So this is coming to pretty much the last lap of the race. Now, you eagle-eyed viewers, if you look to your right, you can see someone just suddenly stopping on the ramp for I do not know what reason, whether or not they crashed or did the karts cut out. So I didn't know this at the time, but I really needed to make sure that I make an overtake, which as we come out of teardrop, we get side by side with a very fast guy and manage to make that stick. Now, if we look on the lights, it goes from green suddenly to orange, and then it goes red light. so then we have to come to a stop. So that was one last position. Now it actually does end on this light here, so we just end up driving back round to the pits so we can have a little bit of an idea where we maybe finished. Now as soon as I get out of the car, as you saw in the intro, this is what I get from Freddie. And that was all because he thought I didn't do the pit stop. So that is race done. Hope you've enjoyed the little bit of content. Now them eagle-eyed viewers behind us for the intro may have realised that the lap times are actually behind, so we see exactly where I finished. Now I did actually come, as I check, 6th place. Now from last time here when we did Stockton v Newcastle, the fastest I managed to do was only in the 46s. However, I managed to smash that today, managed to get into the 45.5s. So I'm quite proud of that. Let us know your lap times here, see if I'm actually anywhere near on the pace, but I'll see you on the track next time.